Hello, my name is Dr. Chris Williams and I'm your host on Well Again. Well Again is your online health magazine program in which we look at lifestyle nutritional alternatives to regaining health and retaining health. Thank you so much for joining in today. And now, before we go on, I would like to remind you to please subscribe on this channel and then also turn on your notifications so that when we do any recordings and upload, you immediately get the notifications. Now, also we do training programs every month, second Wednesday, Thursday following it, and then Friday of that same second week of every month we do trainings. They are paid trainings, 3 days intensive training on natural health, the rudiments of natural health, and there are trainings that can be very helpful to you. It can help you understand yourself, know yourself better. It can help you be very more effective with natural health concerning family, and then who knows, you can decide to take it up as a business of some sort or the other, or even help people in your church and in your circles. All right, that's also that. So today we are talking on arthritis. Okay, and arthritis is simply inflammation of one or more joints, usually accompanied with pain, stiffness, swelling, and then by the time it has advanced, maybe deformity, and then diminished use or diminished mobility or diminished use of that joint. Okay, inflammation of any one or two joints in the body, usually accompanied with pain, stiffness, swelling, deformity, and diminished motion in that joint. They could also be accompanied with some crinkling or cellophane-like kind of noise. Some people call it cracking noise or popping noise. Okay, so that's what inflammation, arthritis is. Arthritis is caused by several sicknesses. Okay, and it can be caused by juvenile arthritis, it can be caused by gout, it can be caused by osteoarthritis, it can be caused by rheumatoid arthritis, it can be caused by ankylosing spondylitis, it can be caused by Reiter's syndrome, and it can be an infectious arthritis. So we are going to focus of all this about 7 or 8, and then there are many more causes of arthritis. We are going to focus talk briefly about 3 of them. We are going to talk about osteoarthritis, we are going to talk about gout, and then we are going to talk about rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, rheumatoid arthritis is simply arthritis that occurs due to degeneration of the joint. Now, before we go into that, maybe we should first, a joint consists of 4 things, no matter how big, no matter how small. 2 bones come juxtaposed together, as my hand is, and then they are baited or surround. Okay, so 2 bones together, and at the end of each bone, like this, there's a cartilage. Okay, so 2 bones juxtaposed together with their cartilage, the cartilage that is at the end of each bone touching each other. The reason for that cartilage is so that as the bones are swinging over bones, there's no frictioning of bone to bone. So a cartilage is like a soft cushion of some sort that covers each bone. Okay, so a joint is made up of 2 bones together, covered by cartilages, and they are baited. That joint, that coming together, is baited by synovial fluid. It's baited by synovial fluid, and this synovial fluid is everything is encapsulated in something called a ligament. Okay, so there's a ligament that is used to encapsulate everything. The joint is there, the edges are made up of cartilages, the synovial fluid is baiting them, and then they are encapsulated by a ligament. Now, so 4 things there. Now, so osteoarthritis is arthritis due to abuse, overuse, or trauma, degeneration of the bones due to overuse or trauma. Okay, maybe with age, or by reason of obesity, or by reason of trauma, or by reason of one thing or another. Okay, so some particular joints begin to first of all, the cartilage begins to wear off, and after the cartilage is worn off, the person begins to have pain or some sort, and the pain leads to some abnormal positioning, abnormal use of that joint. This abnormal use of this joint further increases the deformity. So it first starts with pain. There's a degeneration of the cartilage, there's a eating away of the cartilage, or even before the eating away of the cartilage, there's an inflammation, then there's a eating away of the cartilage, and then there is deformity of those bones. After, when bones begin to meet with each other, there's drying up of the synovial fluid, and if it goes on, the ligaments begin to wear out, the muscle, the tendon that is holding that joint begin to wear out, and then it can lead to all sorts of things. So that's what osteoarthritis, mainly from either an infection or trauma to that bone, or overuse due to obesity, or somebody who did a lot of work. For instance, people who are fashion designers. In those days, we used to have these machines that you used to use your feet to pedal. Okay, those things can destroy the bones. Okay, so there is that's osteoarthritis. Now there is gout. Gout is simply deposition. It's arthritis because of deposition of uric acid crystals in that bone, in that joint. So there's a deposition, continuous little depositions of uric acid crystal in that joint, and then it can create degeneration, it can create inflammation, and then it can continue. And then there is rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is autoimmune. It's autoimmune. Okay, so the body all of a sudden begins to recognize the synovial membrane, which produces the synovial fluid. The body begins to recognize it as foreign, so the body begins to attack it and eat it up. So the synovial membrane is eaten up, and as such it cannot produce adequate synovial fluid any longer. So the cartilage is not well lubricated, and then because it's not well lubricated, it begins to eat up. Inflammation, swelling begin to take place there, and then it leads to deformity. So osteoarthritis, gout, and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, what are the symptoms of arthritis? I think we've said some about it. So we've said it actually: pain, stiffness, deformity, inability to use that joint like you used to use it before, and then there can be swelling. Now, so how do you manage osteoarthritis? Number one, you want to look in the direction of your food. You remember we said gout is caused by deposition of uric acid crystals. Rheumatoid arthritis also, it's an allergic condition, and one of the foremost things that we react to in allergic conditions is food. So you need to take care or change your diet actually. Okay, I have several people on our management, people who are managing for rheumatoid arthritis, but this particular one, and she's in my consideration one of the most successful we have had. Okay, she came very bad, literally crippling pain, cannot walk. Okay, and then we helped her change her diet, and then in less than 2 years now, we first began to see her round about the beginning of 2020 when the lockdown set in, and less than 2 years now, that woman is doing so very well, and she's continuing her dieting. Now, so what are the things we told her? Number one, remove animal proteins from your food. remove animal proteins from your food. Remove animal proteins from your food. Egg, milk, beef, chicken, turkey. Even if you must eat fish, eat it very little. Eat the dried ones. Okay, very important. Number 2, remove all sweet things from your food, including honey, including sweet fruits. Just remove them, yank them away completely. Number 3, remove anything flour, anything made with wheat. Remove them totally. Pastas, pastries, confectionaries, spaghetti, macaroni, noodles. Remove all those things from your food. Remove any thing that contains artificial flavorings and sweeteners and artificial colorings and spices. Remove them from your food. Very, very important. Remove alcohol and remove caffeine from your food. Also, for rheumatoid arthritis particularly, you will need to remove nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, and you need to remove them. Very, very important. That's very, very important. You need to remove them because the allergies in rheumatoid arthritis have been largely traced to reactions to nightshade vegetables. Okay, so diets generally, okay, those are, go for grains, oats, millet, guinea corn. Make your swallows from it and then eat them. Okay, so basically the diets. Okay, am I leaving out anything? Colorings, flavors, oils. You need to remove saturated oils from your food. Go for olive oil or canola oil and use oil very little. Okay, very important. Also reduce your salt. In fact, use Himalayan salt. Very, very important. And then even salt, use it very little. We have said remove sugars and sweet things also from your food. Okay, now so by way of diet avoidance is very important. Eat more sulfur containing foods. Okay, foods that contain sulfur, that's like onions and garlic. Eat them a whole lot. And I have a very good report concerning this one. This person is not my client. He told me, I mean, I moved into an estate, and from the time I began to move, I began to see this man. Very bad legs, and you would think that he probably had a major accident that deformed his knee. I mean, his knee, very bad, very bowed leg. And I used to think he had an accident, and I got talking to him one day. He said all of a sudden he began to develop arthritis in one of his knees, and it was so bad, crippling arthritis. He suffered. They wanted to do surgery for him. He didn't like the idea of surgery, and then all of a sudden he read from somewhere that he should be blending garlic and ginger. Listen to this, garlic and ginger. So he began to blend it and drink it routinely, like 2 or 3 times a day. He said that pain, literally, he was using walking stick by this time, but by the time I met him, he was no longer using walking stick. And then his feet, you could still tell that he had gone through something, but he said he couldn't walk at all by the time he discovered garlic and ginger. So very important. Sulfur containing onions also. I just gave somebody a breakthrough idea if you are battling arthritis. Okay, very important. So sulfur containing foods, they help to repair the cartilages and the connective tissues. Also oatmeals, brown rice, soya beans, whole grains, avocados, green vegetables. Eat this a whole lot. And then the literatures talk about eating a lot of rice, especially like brown rice particularly. He said because rice contains something, it's an amino acid called histidine, and it's very, very useful in removing metal poisoning from the body, because metal poisoning can be one of the causes of rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, very important. And then also eat a lot of fibers, flaxseed, rice bran, oat bran, psyllium husk. eat a lot of fiber. Eat a lot of fiber. It helps you keep remain in a detoxified mode. Also reduce and remove fat from your food. I've talked about that earlier. Oil, saturated oil, fat things, remove them completely. And then stay away from dairy products. I've also talked about that. Animal proteins, eggs, milk, beef, chicken, turkey, stay away from them. Also, we've talked about removing nightshade vegetables like peppers, like eggplants, like tomatoes, because the literature said they contain solanine, and solanine is one food that they found out that people who have arthritis mainly are sensitive to. Also, avoid sodium salts, okay, especially if you are taking NSAIDs. Avoid salts, okay. And then one of the wise ways of using your NSAIDs, because NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, they like ibuprofen, like diclofenac, all those things that people with arthritis use to control pain, is when you can take them along with Mismag, with antacids. Okay, you can take them after eating, take them along with antacids. Take an antacid like 1 hour after you have taken it, and then don't take supplements containing iron. Okay, so don't take supplements containing iron if you're battling diabetes. Also, boron supplements are very helpful in management of arthritis, not diabetes, sorry. And then you can use cold gel packs on those knees. It usually helps to relieve pain. Okay, be on a lot of plant proteins. Talked about rice, sesame seeds, quinoa, and all that, flaxseed. These are plant proteins that are very, very good for you. Okay, then you need to do a study, keep a timetable so you can rule out food allergies. You find out you found that your pain has been exacerbated, and then you take your mind to, what have I eaten? What did I eat yesterday? What did I eat day before yesterday? You might just discover something that you are reacting to. Okay, have your hair analyzed for metal poisoning if the arthritis is so bad. Okay, and then sunshine will help you a lot. Sunshine helps a lot, and then you can supplement with vitamin D3. Regular moderate exercises according to how you can, the capacity you have, and then you need to work on your weight. If you are weighty, if you are obese, you need to reduce your weight. Alkalinization comes in every time, so use of alkaline drops to alkalize your water. The more alkalized the water your body is, it helps a whole lot. Okay, avoid wearing high-heeled shoes, very important. And then even before you develop arthritis, high-heeled shoes is one of the things that helps to position people later in life for osteoarthritis. You see some women, the heel is so high. Some women, their heel is almost 1 foot high. That's not very good. Literally, they are standing. You are creating, you are inviting arthritis in the near future. Some supplements that are very useful are supplements like bromelain. Bromelain is very useful. Potassium, okay, and then chondroitin sulfate is also very useful. Glucosamine sulfate is also very useful. Membrane oil, omega 3 and 6 are very, very useful. Okay, and then MSM, methyl sulfonyl methane, is a very, very useful. Remember, we said take things that contain sulfur. Methyl sulfonyl methane will also supplement your sulfur. Sea cucumber is very useful for people managing or battling arthritis. Vitamin E, we have said that boron is useful. Zinc, especially if you can get one that also contains copper, they are also very useful. Zinc is useful, we've talked about it. Vitamin D is also very useful. Vitamin B complex supplemented with extra B3, B6, B5 and B12. Folic acid is also useful. Vitamin C with bioflavonoids, it can be useful. And then taking of proteolytic acid. Proteolytic acid helps you to better absorb protein. Okay, and protein is very, very useful. DMSO, there's a substance called DMSO. It's found in wood, but you can get the health variety from health shops. Dimethyl sulfoxide is also very, very useful in relieving pain. Some herbs that are useful, chief amongst them is cat's claw. Cat's claw, devil's claw. Don't mind that it's called devil's claw. It's just they use that name to give. They gave it that name because of how it looks, but it's a herb. Okay, cat's claw, devil's claw is very useful. Alfalfa is useful. Boswellia is useful. And then ginger. We've talked about ginger and garlic. These are very basically and strongly anti-inflammatory things, and they are very, very useful. Stinging nettle is also useful. And then if you can lay your hands on willow bark or feverfew, these are very, very useful for pain. All right, thank you so much. I know by now you are wondering, where are we going to get these things? These things can be sent to you. We have all these things in stock. We can send them to you. Now, the earlier you start in managing arthritis, the better for you. I'll say that again. The earlier you start in managing arthritis, the better for you. That early time when you begin to feel pain, when you are climbing the staircase or when you are walking, that's when to begin to attend to it. Not when the pain has been established and there's a form of deformity or the other. Okay, our body has a way of warning us before things go really and very badly wrong. Okay, so begin to attend to it on time. Let us know how we can work with you, how we can help you. Let us know. All right, and don't forget, our books are here. I'll talk about them in a moment, but subscribe and then turn on your notification and then send these links to people you need it. I'm sure you need 1 or 2 persons who have arthritis. Okay, send the links to them and then let them watch it, let them listen to it, and then let them give us a call. We can actually really help. I told you the testimony of people. Now I told you about my neighbor in our estate, and I told you the testimony of the woman that's dealing with rheumatoid arthritis. She's not the only one. There are other ones, but her testimony is the most outstanding. You can be free from pain. Don't resign yourself to a life of pain. Please do not. There's help available for you. All right, we are also doing a new project where we are rearing an estate. Yes, estate. Where we are into property development, and we are rearing an estate called Splendor Gardens. Our sister company V's Glotra Properties is doing that, and if you're interested in buying into an estate, that is, you can be rest assured and you can be convinced it's not a horse, please give us a call. Some of our marketing materials will soon start going up concerning that. Now, also don't forget, we do training second week of every month, from Wednesday to Friday of that second week. We do trainings. It's a paid training, but it's a training that we can help you. We take you through all the rudiments and the foundation. At the end of the day, you understand natural health. You know, and you can help yourself, help your family, and help people around you. If you need our books, if you need our materials, if you need our herbs and supplements, they can send to you in any part of this country. All right, so we have our books. Reversing Depression Naturally is available. You can order for this book and they can be sent to you. Reversing Diabetes Naturally is also available. Sickness Free, Fail-Proof Protocol for Regaining and Retaining Health is also available. This is a fantastic book. And then there's Living a Disease-Free Life by Daniel Ekele, and Making Your Food Medicine by Itoro F. Young. Right. Thank you so much. Don't forget, subscribe, turn on your notification, and then send this URL to like 10 persons or more. Let's disperse this word, okay? And then be encouraged. God is on your side. No shaking, like they will say out on the streets there. God is on your side, especially if you have aligned with him and you live for him. Do like this. God is on top of the matters, and they will not overwhelm you. All right, even though you pass through the waters, they will not overflow you. If you do pass through fire, it will not burn you. You are going to come out tops. Please be rest assured concerning that. And don't forget, reach us on our WhatsApp. Okay, we prefer WhatsApp. Send your complaints there, send your requests there. We'll attend to you. Thank you so much for sticking with us today. Bye bye.